Hi guys, myself Shankar. I will discuss about AOP module related interview questions. I verified I found 30 interview questions. AOP in AOP module transaction management also there. AOP abbreviation is aspect oriented programming. AOP abbreviation is aspect oriented programming. It is a one module in Spring or Springboard. So in AOP module transaction management also there. Aspect oriented programming AOP. Total I found 30 questions. I will just read these questions. What is AOP? What are the AOP implementation APIs there? Spring. I list out few. This question answer this one. Spring AOP, Expert JAOP, JBoss AOP, Expert JOP market leader. No. Does Spring Purple using at compile time? What is interceptor? Explain about Spring AOP internals. Internals is nothing but in AOP some terminologies are there, like expect. In expect everything at last internal it will create some proxy cause. It will mix up primary logic and secondary logic. You can explain those things. What are AOP terminologies? This is important. Expect, advice. Advice again divided into four types. Before advice use case, security check, loan approval. For example, security check loan approval. We are approving loan, we are checking verifying the credential user validation. This user correct or not. Like after advice, use case ATM pin generation. Cross advice, exception handling use case. Around advice nothing but before plus after use case catch is support. Join point, point cut, target class, UOing, proxy class. These are the terminologies. Each terminology I will add separate videos soon. Where can be applied join point? So, join point can be applied on method, comma, field, comma, constructor. Does Spring support method? Does Spring support method, field, constructor, join points? Spring not support, no. Only supports method level join points. What is primary and secondary logics in AOP? Primary logic is nothing but mandatory logic to complete business requirement. Secondary logics are optional like logging, security, auditing, these kind of. Explain about proxy design pattern. In AOP module, two design patterns are used. Like explain about proxy design pattern is used and decorator design pattern is used. Explain about decorator design pattern. These two design patterns are used in AOP module. You can prepare for these two. Else I will upload these two videos soon in this YouTube channel. Which library files are internally used by Spring AOP? Enabled AOPs. Enabled APIs. Answer is CGLib and JDK. Difference between Spring AOP and Expert JOP. This is important one and terminology is important one. What is ARPA logic? What is this is also important one. What is cross-cutting concerns? In nothing but it is a secondary logic. It is also called as secondary logics. Secondary logic applied multiple classes, multiple business methods across the project. What is cross-cutting concerns? What is cross-cutting concerns? It is also called as secondary logic. Secondary logics applied multiple business methods across the project. Give me an example of secondary logics like validating user, logging, auditing, etc. These are the secondary logics. How to achieve loose coupling by using Spring AOP? By using we are separating primary and secondary logics. So we are mixing at runtime by using proxy class. By this way we can achieve the loose coupling. How to enable and disable secondary logics in Spring AOP? So we can prepare this. How to configure? How to configuration hardware accept in Spring AOP? How to configure hardware accept in Spring AOP? What is in-memory proxy class? These are the 20 AOP related questions. Remaining 10 are transaction management related questions. What is transaction management? Explain about asset properties. Explain about commit and rollback in transaction management. Explain about local and global transaction management. Explain about Spring transaction attributes or propagation types. This is one important, and commit and rollback important, asset properties important, definition important. Explain about Spring transaction attributes or propagation types. These are like required new, supports, never, not supported, mandatory, nested. These are the properties are propagation types. Attributes are propagation types. How do you activate transactions in Spring Boot? At business class level, use at transactional annotation. Why we need transaction management in Spring Boot? What are transaction properties there in Spring Boot? Spring isolation, read only, isolation, read only, timeout, rollback for, where Spring transaction logic used in AOP. Spring transaction logic used in AOP or it is used as a secondary logic or cross-cutting functions. What is transaction management in Spring Boot? Tell me one use case of Spring transaction management. Use case while online shopping order confirmation and payment deduction happens at a time. If any one operation failed, remaining operations undo. For this is the use case for transaction management. It's all about the these are the all are interview questions related to aspect oriented programming and transaction management. So in this video, I called AOP related interview questions. Soon I will create answers as well for this question. Thank you for watching.